Here are the horoscopes for the week of the 15th to the 21st of December 2014. This week we enter the week of the longest nights as we head towards the winter solstice next weekend. Now, there's a lot of misconception about darkness because darkness is just what we can't see, it's what's going on the inside. But even in broad daylight, our eyes are only seeing 5% of what's actually going on around us. So in a way, we're always walking in darkness. And when we close our eyes at night and when we go to sleep, we're actually seeing more in those other realms. So in a way, there's a bit of a switch around. So it's not so much to do with, oh, this is the darkest week. It's more a celebration of our ability to go inside and to really have a look at what's going on where the light doesn't pervade. So there's no good with light and bad with dark. This is just the necessary winter, spring, summer and autumn, and we head right through to the midwinter point here, and we've got a job to do on the way. So Monday brings the Pluto-Uranus square. Now this is going on over a couple of years. This takes us back to the 1960s when Pluto and Uranus were together, and it's all to do with breakthrough and creating a better future, because Pluto in Capricorn is breaking down the old systems, the old physical, the old false securities and constraints that need to go now, and Uranus in Aries is bringing through new ways of being, new thought and new frequencies. But when these planets square off, we do tend to see a time where there's lots of tension, there's lots of protests, and there's lots of created tension with people being pitched this side against that side. So we will see in the news lots of activity going on, but it's very important this week to keep your vibration on a higher level. Don't contribute to that polarity consciousness. Raise up and keep your vision of what's better, what needs to be brought through, and just radiate that frequency rather than getting caught up in all the political drama. So tensions rise on Monday. This can even be on a personal level as well. So if you're feeling that there's a schism or a divide somewhere, try not to go into the divide. Try to have a look at what the two sides of the story are and see where you can find a better way, a higher way through the middle. So slightly tense start to the week as we're into the week of the longest nights as well. So we can see that it's time to be very, very responsible and maintain our own vibration. On Tuesday, Mercury gets ready to leave Sagittarius because on Wednesday Mercury goes into Capricorn. So first of all, on Tuesday, what have we learnt with Mercury in Sagittarius? Has this been mastery of your magical self? Has this been mental discipline? Or has it been misery? So it's a very interesting one. Mercury once a year in Sagittarius. Sagittarius, the wise one. So we have the planet of thinking and communication in the sign of the wise one. So have a look back over the last couple of weeks. What have you learnt? What have you been thinking? And as we go into Wednesday, Mercury steps into Capricorn and we can put some of that new mastery into action. So Capricorn is a long, slow approach towards a goal. It's the mountain, so we start at the bottom and rise up to the top. And Mercury going in just before the Sun there is actually taking a look around. We're having a feel around now. This is a kind of view of where are we heading, what are we wanting to put our mind to in the coming months. So now that we've had a bit of a eye-opener about how our mind works, our thoughts, whether they're limiting us, whether they're expanding us, now it's going to be a chance for the next few weeks to put our mind to something of lasting worth, something serious but something important. So towards the end of the week we're going into the winter solstice with a dark moon in Sagittarius changing into a new moon in Capricorn and the Sun going into Capricorn. So there's quite a story going on here as we go from the sign of Sagittarius to Capricorn. So first of all, with the dark moon, it's about letting go what's happened in the last cycle. We don't need to take all of the baggage with us, we just need to take the seed of awareness. So on Friday, Saturday, have a look at the last lunar cycle and is there anything that you need to let go of now? So the dark moon is a great time for cleansing and releasing so that we feel fresh by the time we come to the new moon. So quite unusual here, we have the winter solstice with a new moon in Capricorn, so sun and moon, and previously, just a couple of days ago, Mercury all crossing over into that Capricorn point. So this is the real Christmas. This is the rebirth of the sun. The sun will rise and set for 3 days in a row at almost the same place on the Southern Cross constellation, the smallest arc across the sky, giving us the longest nights. And then by the 24th, that arc starts to grow. The daylight hours start to grow longer, and we're into the light half of the year. So there's lots of very astrological traditions to do with Christmas. Father Christmas's red and white outfit comes from Jupiter, and a red-capped mushroom as well. There's all sorts of myths and legends that have been mixed together. Santa and the chimney is the restriction of Saturn coming in. When we've had the expansion of Jupiter, we then restrict ourselves with that Saturn discipline. So really, by the time in the modern calendar everybody's celebrating Christmas, it's actually already over and we're into the Capricorn days. So this is a good time to kind of sit back while we do have some time, a bit more time to ourselves. Have a look at that mountain, have a look where we want to head this year. Have a look what is important to us, what matters, and what we want to put our back into. So the beautiful time of winter solstice, now celebrated as Christmas. It's all very Capricorn this year, so don't worry if you don't feel too much like going out and being sociable every day. Maybe have a quiet one, hibernate like the winter bear that is Capricorn, and just put some attention to where it is that you're heading in the new cycle. So those are the horoscopes for this week, and I'll see you next week. Just a reminder, I have lots of online courses and readings that are available for gifts. Vouchers are available as well, so whether it's a long reading or a short reading, that will last somebody well into the year. So it's a very lasting and personal present. And then my courses, I have the full astrological course, which is 13-module year-long course for anybody that wants to really seriously enjoy some study in 2015. And then for the smaller modules, I've got a Astrology Tarot crossover. That's for everybody. That's for beginners or astrologers or tarot readers. I've got a How to Work More Deeply with Your Moon Sign, which is wonderful. This is how to ritualize it with herbs and crystals and plan the correct timing to do that. And I've got a Celtic Feng Shui, which is how to cleanse your space if you're selling a home or if you want to bring harmony into the home for the new cycle, and the sacred arrangements of certain objects in certain places to bring in more love and abundance and peace. And then new this week, I've actually got a numerology course coming out, how to calculate and work with your sacred numbers and how that links back into your astrology as well. So a unique power numbers course that will be ready by the end of the week. So just to let you know those, if anybody's interested in a reading, I do work on Skype globally. And if you're interested in buying one of those courses as a gift or one of the readings, then for any of that, please do contact me, zoehines7@gmail.com. I'm wishing everybody a wonderful winter solstice. Go deep, get reborn, relight your fire, and I'll see you on the other side.